Okay, let's go and let's get started.
Everyone, welcome back to our bi-monthly session where we talk about AI and show its capabilities. Let's begin with talking about what's been happening in the news of AI. Now, most of us are from Malaysia, and the HR minister is planning on doing things to prepare the workforce for AI disruptions, which I presume is just them saying that we're preparing you in case AI may potentially steal your job. So, as it says here, that the government is preparing a holistic approach to prepare Malaysia's workforce for the challenges that AI may take, including job displacement. They are trying to identify training requirements and selecting suitable training centers in regards to AI and proactive steps. I think the good thing is that they're also working on like logistics regarding renewable energy, agricultural automation, and cybersecurity. Because as of recently, AI has had a growing trend of being used by cyber criminals. In the past, a lot of scam messages had spelling errors, grammar mistakes, and with AI to fix all that, it's very difficult to identify between what is real and what is a fake person these days.
Yeah, and I got something to add to that one because you
Mhm.
know how usually if you're using like a bot or like I guess an AI agent or something to do like a task online, sometimes they have like a specific like firewalls or something, right? So that they stop the bots from like doing something. It's like that those captchas, you know those captchas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gotta like click this and that, or you gotta like type in this from the image. But something new I saw from ChatGPT, the premium subscription, is that they're introducing this thing called AI agents, and the AI agents was actually able to, I think, how is it going again? It's like take control of your cursor and click on all these like I am not a robot prompts.
Hmm.
So it's like they're somehow these AI agents are able to circumvent these tools. They're making sure that robots aren't like automating these scams, automating these like scalping tools or whatever, right? Which is pretty scary.
And well, we have a new definition for hallucination now, according to ChatGPT. Um, and doctors have been calling it psychosis, AI
Yes.
psychosis, I guess, because it
Isn't
says that,
psychosis like when they are, how is it? It's like when they are like mentally unsound.
mm, yeah, because it says new studies say AI can blur reality boundaries and contribute to onset of psychotic symptoms.
I'm not surprised. Have you seen that website I shared a few sessions ago? C Character AI.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised how many users they get.
I want to say I'm surprised, but knowing some people, I think it's becoming alarming.
It is.
Then I feel like it's a new form of media to escape from reality.
Yeah, because usually when you're talking about AI, you want it to like supplement your work, supplement your lifestyle or whatever, right? But in this case, it's like being used to completely just replace the social element in your life.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even spell it right. They wrote it chatbot psychosis.
Oof.
I think it should be chatbot
But at least we
psychosis.
know they're not using AI to write this article.
Yeah, can see that, considering that they have a spelling error in the article.
Yeah.
See that to users that are in a fragile mental place at the age of they haven't yet figure out how a warning gets through. So do you think AI is a dangerous thing to give like depressed people?
I mean, only because of this trend where I'm seeing, prompting with all these AI tools that they have a positivity bias. So like no matter how terrible of a thing you say, it's like however terrible of an idea you have, the AI tool have a tendency, not always, but there's a tendency to agree with you. So yes, in that context, I think so. I don't
I
know if you've had
mean,
that experience before, Ian.
no. I mean, if it's good, then people will become dependent on it, and if it's bad, it could be like that Google Gemini asking the person to kill
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah. That's why like safeguards, all these guardrails are very important to have in the tools.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, more training is required, and OpenAI is doing just that. Apparently, they're training ChatGPT to be like a bomb sniffing dog, which I don't own a dog. I don't know how rigorous this training is.
But what
That
sort of thing are they trying to train for though?
apparently they're training for malicious scenarios to identify and document potential vulnerabilities,
Oh.
safeguard and restrictions being implemented, including keyword filters, context monitoring, and limited network access to prevent misuse. I'm curious what they mean by that. Like, what kind of
Keyword
keyword
filters has
filters?
not been a good idea in, well, at least in gaming.
Yeah, and I don't know. DeepSeek has a similar keyword filter, but that's due to politics.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They say in agent mode, ChatGPT requires user validation for executing critical tasks, ensuring user consent and security.
Yeah, this is the thing I was talking earlier where they were like ChatGPT was taking control of your cursor to like click all these like captures. So in this new agent mode as part of ChatGPT, of course it's the premium subscription version, is that it lets you like do all these like different tasks. Like it helps you to do your shopping. It takes control of your controls. That's why it's kind of important that there's a human factor. Like over here, it requires user validation so that, for example, I guess ChatGPT doesn't just copy your credit card information to somewhere else, right? So
If it can do all the captures, then is there any reason to have the capture anymore?
well, they have to change it so that I don't know how
Because
they will do it, but they're gonna make it like not bypassable by these AI agents. I,
I
I don't know
mean,
how though.
I know it's meant to stop bots, but if the bot can get through it, then it's lost its reason to exist, right? So they are testing it a lot. I wonder how much testing they go through, like daily. It must feed this like maybe terabytes of data to train this AI model.
Yeah, well, that's the hard thing I think about training these AI like tools is that you have to selectively like pick your data, right? This is how we
Yeah.
get hallucinations because they think that training the AI just involves putting in petabytes and petabytes of data, but it's like how much of this data is actually usable? Yeah, you don't know.
And one last thing is China proposes a global body to govern artificial intelligence. And this was going to happen eventually, considering how rampant use of it has happened and it's not been monitored or managed.
Yeah, I was seeing like a movement for this too all the way in the US, but they've never like touched on this.
How are they going to monitor this?
I think they just have to monitor the companies that go around it, like that are responsible for it, like have a let's say like a committee uh, placed in OpenAI or one placed in Google or one placed in Microsoft to, oversee what the hell are they doing in terms of like AI governance, of course.
I do hope corruption doesn't happen despite that.
Yeah. Well, I think something like corruption would be it. I mean, it exists everywhere. Right? It's not exclusive to AI, right? So
Hmm.
yeah.
Although it does feel like it's, according to the article, they say that China did this right after US unveiled a plan to achieve dominance in AI. So it's seems like another competition China wants to fight US in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we have to share about the news regarding AI. Let me
All right.
bring
Yeah,
off
hi guys.
and
Sorry I'm late.
it's
Hey, Andy. No
okay.
worries. No worries.
Yeah.
I think on our next, well, based on who I'm seeing in a meeting right now, you want to pass it over to Isaac?
Is Isaac here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead. I can share about Copilot later.
Oh, you say something, is it? You
No,
can share
it's
yours first, Ian.
what does Isaac have installed?
I think he's sharing on making video games. Isaac, are you there?
Interesting.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you. Yeah, I'll give it off to him first. I can do mine later.
Yeah, yeah. Take it away, Isaac.
Sec.
Are you still doing the DeepSeek thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Uh, hi
Side
guys.
side question on DeepSeek. Side question on DeepSeek. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
Uh, just now was it Ian that's trying out DeepSeek?
We haven't tried it out yet. Well, we gotta try it out now.
Oh, I see. Okay. I had encountered some problems with DeepSeek. I find
Oh.
that it is quite delusional.
Oh, is it? In what way though?
Yeah, I mean, I tried experimenting with it. You know, asking like I did an experiment in the sense that I said, okay, I am now located in this place, and I asked for the schools around that area, and it keeps insisting on places that is like far away, and it's
Oh,
not within the area or within walking distance, sort of thing.
but it's not
So
like
yeah,
confused for it being a different location, right?
yeah,
I
because like
wonder.
for example, my where I'm staying is called Tropicana Metro Park,
Right, right.
which is actually located in Subang Jaya. But it
Mm-hmm.
always gives me answers about Tropicana, which is located in Petaling Jaya or
Ah,
Arah Damansara area, the near the Arah Damansara. So that's like a good distance away. It's not within walking distance, I think. So yeah, I mean, just wanted to see whether you guys are having the same problems or am I the only one that's having this problem?
I feel like I've had this kind of the same issue in what you call it. Last time I was using Copilot, but I think that might just be them like being confused that it's a very similar sounding place. Not
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, not sure.
probably because I
Yeah.
asked it to check and they said they verified with Google Maps and all that. So yeah, I'm just curious to know also how I thought that DeepSeek is, all encompassing, all powerful and everything, but somehow or other I'm disillusioned.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of surprised that, something like DeepSeek would even take into account tools like Google Maps because it's a Chinese tool, right?
Yeah, I mean it is I guess, if anything that's accessible by internet, they should be able to access it, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Because
Yeah.
isn't
Okay.
Google banned in
Anyway,
China? Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, no worries.
Google is banned. I don't know. Is it banned in China? Uh I thought it was just only the social media stuff only, right?
I, I wonder. Yeah. Well, we gotta look into that sometime.
Yeah. Anyway, just
Uh,
just just a side note for you guys. If you guys find out anything for me, I mean that would be very interesting. Thank
no
you.
worries. Let's take a look. Isaac, we'll bring it back to you, Isaac. And feel free to share your screen.
It's like, see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hi everyone. Today I would like to share a short presentation of how I use DeepSeek to create some simple video games to try. So inspiration behind it is because, being a 21-year-old person, I like to play video games. So I was also very interested to see if AI is able to create simple games to play, which is what I plan to show today. So yeah, so using DeepSeek, I could just use a very simple text prompt to enter a simple text prompt, and then you can create the game. So I'm not sure whether you guys know a very popular game. It's a Flappy Bird. So I want DeepSeek to create like a game similar to Flappy Bird. So I'll just type create a Flappy Bird game that can be played on this browser. It's a demonstration right here. So key thing is on this prompt is you have to put play on this browser. So when DeepSeek creates the game right here, I'll show it later. So DeepSeek will just take the information of the prompt, and then it would just help you run the code, everything for you. So yeah, it takes a couple of minutes for DeepSeek to just create all the parameters of the game. It uses JavaScript to code this game. So let me just try fast forward and see. Yeah, so all the information all right here. And then when it's done, DeepSeek also give you the game controls of how to play the game, so you don't need to go all the way back to the code and see what functions you need to, what function or what controls are needed for this game. And then, as I said earlier, using the prompt on these browsers, it will eliminate this step, which is saving the file or copying the code for all these files to create and pasting it into a different text extension, so you'll be able to straight away play the game in this browser. So this is the end result when you run the game. Yeah, you can see.
Flappy Bird.
Yeah, but just click start game, and then you can just run the game for you right there. And
Wow, this looks way period than the one I made.
yeah, then you just run again. Yeah, so like this game is using spacebar to control the movement of the bird. So yeah, this is one of the examples. So another examples, let's say you do not like Flappy Bird, you like some shooting game. So same thing, just type creating a shooting game that you play on this browser, and then DeepSeek again take the information and give you a basic, simple shooting game. Not too complex, but entertaining, hopefully enough for you to play. So yeah, take a couple of minutes, get the information, the parameters of what needed for the game, and fast forward this a bit.
Curious, can we try Super Mario Brothers?
So I haven't tried it. After this, I can try and see.
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be
Because I don't think
well.
DeepSeek can do like too complex of games. Yeah, this is just very basic, simple stuff.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
I think I saw Google one of those, Google's homepage, right, where you double click on some of the icons, it will come
Oh,
up
the
with some
doodles.
games or whatever.
Yeah.
The doodles, right?
Yeah.
I did see one of the games that looks like that, but Google is like that, right? So you cannot like, oh, I want to play that game again,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I did see something that is close to that.
Okay. So yeah, then once like it will show you the game features, let's say the scoring system, with the 60-second timer and stuff, crosshair for aiming. Yeah, and the end result right here. Run just straight away, just press the run button, start the game, and you have your own shooting game. So you use the mouse to control the movement, and your left click to the what's it called, left clicker to shoot the squares. Objective is to not get hit by the squares. So yeah, I find that pretty cool. And let's say, oh shoot, sorry. Let's say you're not happy with the game and you like to make changes by yourself. Instead of going to the code and editing it by yourself, you can just type what you want, what features you like to change, or what controls you like to change of the game, and then DeepSeek will do for you. So example, the Flappy Bird game, I would like to just change the color of the pipes, and then change the color of the bird, and change the distance between each pipes to make the game, I don't know, easier to play, and add some background music. So I'll just put it just put in the text prompt right here, and then DeepSeek will let DeepSeek do its thing, give it a couple of minutes to make the necessity changes that I instructed it to do. Skip over. And yeah, and then yeah, DeepSeek also show you the changes it makes. So like earlier it was a green pipe, now it changed to red. Color of the pipes are red. Bird has changed. The color of the bird has changed, and the pipe gap has been increased to 220 pixels compared to before. And then the audio features also being added to the game. Yeah. So I think that's the end result I'll show right here. So run the game and say the same game, and now I see it's completely
Wow.
different. Yeah. Even I'm not sure why the sound could not detect, but when I was trying this, there was background music playing over this game. Then if you want to mute it, you can just right here, there's a mute, and just click
Oh.
mute to mute the music. Yeah. Not sure
Oh.
that I can try it right now.
Do you have DeepSeek open?
Yeah, this is the right, yeah. Not sure you can hear the audio.
Let's see.
You guys hear
No,
the
I
audio?
don't think so. Maybe I'm not sure if Teams isn't sharing the audio or if it's oh.
But when you play it, you should be able to hear the audio playing it. Then you want to off the audio, you just click on mute, right?
Okay. Hey, no worries. I'll show something like this in a little bit.
Yeah, that's about it from me. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Okay. Wow, thank you. Yeah. I guess before I pass it back to you, Ian. Yeah, show yeah, let me share my screen. Wow. Let me share my camera while I'm at that. Hello everyone. Oh, because I still got my Minecraft background on. There's a different recording. Here. So I tried to use Copilot instead, right? So Copilot I know doesn't have the function for you to run it inside the browser. But this was one of the prompts I made up the other day so that we can do something like what Isaac did, which is all contained within just a single file, right? Because games aren't that simple in reality for them to be put in a single file. But for this prompt, I specifically want it to be contained. But earlier, Andy said if we can change it into Super Mario Bros. Instead. So let's see if it's able to do that. All right. Okay, so it does give me something. So from here, I usually just copy this. Right. I think it's still generating. How to expand it? Okay. Well, for now, I'm just gonna copy this. So if you're not using the browser, that option that lets you run in the browser, I've got a little bit of a, little bit of a workaround for you. So you gotta start the new text document. So where is it? Actually, no, I'm gonna, Notepad. So if you're using a Windows computer, you should probably have a Notepad app loaded. Copy that code and paste it into here. They have something like this, right? And then you want to save it. So after you save this code you got from ChatGPT, you got from Copilot, so Mario Bros, right? You don't want to save it as a text document, you want to save it as all files. And while we're at it, I think it's a HTML file. Let me check. Is it? Yeah, it's a HTML
Yes,
file.
it is.
Yeah, all right. So HTML file, put it as the ending, save it as all files. I'm gonna save it right here. So I think that goes on to my desktop. So you see that it's actually playable using your browser, right? If I double click this should play. Okay, there we go. We got something like this, Mario Bros. Of course, the issue is that there's no enemies in this game, and for some reason you can slit outside of the screen. But of course, I think we can edit that a little bit, right? So, so maybe like add enemies into this game. So this is in the same, like this under the same conversation. So I want them to add on this previous code it's already given me. So I'm gonna copy this one. Okay, so now it's supposed to be two enemies, and it's just basic rectangles, right? And I guess it's a respawn mechanism, but we'll have to see what that means when we load the game. So if you go back to the notepad here, wait, this for Flappy Bird. Okay, Mario Bros. I'm just gonna replace all the code, save it here, and try to run it again. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, now we got something. Oh, okay. The issue is that there's no way of killing these enemies. They're enemies, but every time, because in Mario you're supposed to jump over their heads and like squash them, but it's not exactly the logic here. So just one more iteration before I pass it to you, Ian. Uh, Make sure that I can actually squash these enemies by jumping on them. Let's see. Okay. So it's an updated version. I'm gonna copy this again. Put it out into my notepad. Save it. Let's rerun it, right? Oh, something went really wrong here. Now the game just straight up does not exist. Regenerate the code. Regenerate the code. The previous one seen be broken. Let's see. I wonder if it's too complicated for Copilot or
This is actually very good because it actually helps. It helps with prototyping, right? So
yeah.
cool, man, cool stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if when we are putting this into the same conversation, that my hopes is that it builds over all these previous code, right? But I'm wondering if it's actually like writing new code altogether or like updating the old code. So just wondering.
So far, my experience with it is that it's supposed to be building on top of the code, but
occasionally, the when you do the prompts, it might think that you're starting a new conversation or a new thread. So this is where when you're prompting, you also need to say, oh, uh, something like, in addition, I would like to have da 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 blah blah blah, this kind of thing, rather than just straight out say I want to have this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it doesn't know where you start and where you stop.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you
Okay.
need to do is you need to tell, hey, this is a continuation. Don't
Mm.
don't forget. But that's by right. It normally should remember that.
Yeah, well, let's see if this new version actually fixes it. That or I might have copied the wrong code. Well, let me try it again. Or is it, this is still HTML? Yeah, okay, it is. Let's check. Control save. And if I run it again, yeah, let's see if it actually works. Oh, it works now. Even makes your character bounce, though the game doesn't reset. So I guess you gotta refresh
Ooh,
your
that's
page.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually impressed. Well, let's see if we run into the enemies. Oh, yeah, you just respawn. So there's it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed our
Cool.
sharing. I've got one more thing on I want to talk a little bit on the certifications. Ian, you want me to do this first, or you want to do your Copilot demonstration?
You can do yours first.
Okay. I just want to share something on, there's a little bit of a request to take a look at Microsoft's line of AI certifications, which is, from my experience, it's either pretty darn easy to pretty darn technical. There's nothing in between, right? So I'm just gonna talk about the one that's pretty darn easy, which is the AI 900, right? So let me just share this in full screen. So the AI 900, if you're not very familiar with it, is actually Microsoft's very own, like, it's the first in Microsoft's very own line of AI certifications. This one's called the Azure AI Fundamentals. So it talks about AI and how it relates to their Azure ecosystem, all these different, I think there's like Azure OpenAI Service and like Copilot Studio and all that different stuff. Oh yeah, Amar, you got something?
No, you finish. It's the last side question. Maybe for the
Ah,
next question, I might need your help. So,
okay. No worries, no worries. Yeah. I just want to share this real quick because it's also for Ian and Isaac and how she's here, but I don't know if she is. But uh, so the AI 900, just plugging into the Copilot for a little bit, it is the Azure AI fundamentals, talks about machine learning, talks about artificial intelligence, right? Of course, it relates to Microsoft Azure rather than it being just a standalone thing, right? So it wants to pivot everything like in relation to all these Microsoft Azure services, right? But the target audience is, of course, for people who are both technical and non-technical. It doesn't matter because it pretty much assumes that you're starting from zero, right? So of course it says that no data science, no software engineering experience is required. You don't even need to know how to program, right? So there is this thing about virtual training days. I'm gonna share this later, but as part of the AI 900, there's a certification exam that you can take, and if you take this virtual training day, it gives you like 50% off, which is a very big deal, right? But I'll share about it later. But for now, yeah, and it is a live event, so you kind of have to sit through it, and sometimes the timing is kind of terrible. I had to sit one at like 2 a.m. because it was, I think, running in the US time zone. So, well, I'll share more about this later. So how this looks like is that you gotta go through the Microsoft Learn website. So maybe I can open it up in a little bit. There are also sample exam questions online. People post it for free, right? And of course, based on what you've encountered in these exam questions, you might want to fill in the gaps. I've got some resources for that. I have some exam cramps or some online tutorials, that sort of stuff. And when you're ready, you'll be taking the exam. So let me see. Okay, before we go for that, I want to show you the website for Microsoft Learn. So I think you just search Microsoft Learn AI 900. Should be the first one. Yeah, it is the first one that shows up. So this is what it looks like. You get to sign in so you can save your progress. Every time you go through like each different module, it has a progress bar for you. So that's very neat. And the overview, very similar to what they showed earlier. You should have know a little bit of how cloud works, a little bit of how, all these like Azure tools work. So, okay. So yeah, when you get started, I'm not sure it is starting from scratch. I'm not signed in on this one, so it shouldn't be. But if you get into the course, for example, here in the middle, so I'm gonna click into that, right? Okay, there we go, start. When you start, it does give you a few huge units, huge modules, and inside there's like a couple of subtopics, right? So going from AI concepts, machine learning, talking about I think I might have clicked on the wrong one. This is way more than what I remember doing, but it will look like something like this. So when you click into it, for example, this one, right? I remember this one was the first one as part of the AI 900. So you get started, it shows you a few, usually at the beginning, it shows you a few like introductory videos. And if you have anything like you're confused about, there's an Ask Learn function now here. So it's kind of like Copilot, but for the Microsoft Learn website. So you click into it. And let's see how this was. Oh, you gotta sign in, but yeah, you can see it's on a sidebar. So it's actually pretty similar to how Copilot works. So this is just the general layout, right, on how the thing works. It gives you some scenarios. It goes a little bit deeper later on because this is, of course, the introduction like unit. So one more thing I want to show you as part of this one is if I go back, let's see. At the bottom, there should be like an exam thing, right? If you're done going through all of the different modules or the different units, the final part is certification exam. They have a practice assessment, but I don't really recommend this one. None of the questions actually cover how it's gonna actually be inside the actual exams. It's actually much simplified in my opinion. So I do recommend looking up some sample exams online, exam dumps, for example, right? And yeah, some details about the exams, but all that sort of stuff. But that's for you to worry about after you finish the course if you're into that, right? So if I go back into here, some of the resources I might recommend. Of course, the Microsoft Learn website is a good one. Their practice assessment, they're randomized. They're actually very simple, very quick to go through. They also give you feedback on which units you should be focusing on. So, for example, you're scoring really badly in machine learning. It's going to tell you, take a look at this chapter, this chapter, this chapter, right? But unfortunately, it doesn't actually follow the format of the actual exam. The practice exam here only gives you multiple choice. The actual exam, there's like fill in the blanks, drag and drop, like match the answers, all that sort of like different formatting. So unfortunately, this practice assessment is not very good at that. And it's actually only a very rough outline of how the topics are approached in the actual exam. And this is actually what it looks like, right? So I remember when I did this like last year, back in August, right? So it shows your past few attempts. Your passing mark should be around 80%. So that's a thing you should be, focusing on. The different sections here on the bottom left, seeing which part are you good at, which part are you kind of terrible you can look at. And over here on the right, you see if you get an answer wrong, it does tell you which one is the actual answer and gives you a little explanation, right? So of course, my advice to get a good streak of right answers, but your mileage may vary, right? Because another one of these extra resources you might want to look at is exam topics, which is an exam dump, right? It's not actually a very legal website because they kind of take the actual exam questions from the certification exam and dump it all the way here. So that's one of its pros, right? Is that it's very historical. These are actual questions that do show up in the exam, right? And of course, they are community-led answers. So there's like a little forum that people discuss which is the actual answer. I'll show you in a little bit. Of course, the cons is that there are some repeat contents. It's because it's free for everybody to just upload these questions, right? And sometimes the forum does get into a conflict on which answer is correct, but take it as you may, 90% of it people do agree on, right? But of course, it's also not very consistent, maybe not very consistent with current syllabus, because it does have, I'm not sure when does the AI 900 start, like when did it start having this syllabus, but this website has it all the way back, so it might be updated. You just gotta make sure you click on the more current questions. So what it looks like, so something like this, right? It's gonna give you a question, you can click on reveal solution, it gives you an answer for it. And at the bottom, there's a discussion section where people just, it's kind of like a comment section on your YouTube channel, right? People talk about which one's the right answer, why is it correct, why is it wrong, that sort of stuff. But one more thing is that, of course, there are a lot of YouTube resources out there for people who are not very, I don't know, not very engaged in active learning. I guess you want to take this on a much more passive route. Let's say you're doing your work and you want to have something listen in the background, for example. This is perfect for you, right? I have a few channels, so I'm going to show you a little bit. And for me, I like to listen these on 2x speed when I'm doing active watching. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like they speak a little bit too slowly, but there are many styles of delivery out there. It's up to you which one you take, right? But of course, you have to figure out if the content is outdated or not. Take a look at the dates. So one of the good ones, this one, Free Code Camp, they've got actually thousands and thousands of videos, not even on just AI 900, but for programming in general. But they do have a series on this AI 900 full course, which is 4 hours long. And, it does refer to a lot of Microsoft Learn content. So it's kind of a good YouTube channel for you to check out. It's called Free Code Camp, all right? And take a look at their AI 900 series. Another one is this guy, Tech Blackboard. They actually also do exam dumps. So if you don't want to just scroll examtopics.org and take a look at all the questions, this is a very good way to consume all these question and answers in an audio format, right? But of course, another con is that it might not be very current, might be outdated. Take a look at the dates, right? One more thing, John Saville. I know we see a lot of John Saville content for us who are working in the Microsoft space because he is a Microsoft employee, he's one of their architects. But he has like a 2-part series on the AI 900, which is, I think, from the last time I updated these slides, it was still kind of current. He does put it in the title if it's outdated, and he does upload a new version. So just for you to check that out. But it is a much more neat, like larger picture, much more broad coverage of the content. So, if you need a little refresher before the exam itself, because, you get to forget some of the more minute details, take a look at his videos. It's actually very, very good. So, yeah, there's also a Microsoft certified page. I might put this in a chat later. So, depending on which certifications you've taken, you can see what are the next steps, right? From AI 900, which is the most fundamental one under their AI line of certifications. You can see what's their next steps, but I do warn you that it is very technical in the next few steps. You're gonna have to know like a bunch of Python for you even to get a good grasp on it. So, take it as you may. But the AI 900, it's perfect for you to go, from scratch, right? And yeah, I think that's it from me. I don't know if anybody has got any questions. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Just
Great.
yeah. Yeah.
So someone in India with my customer he was asking me when I was delivering the session on a Copilot generally. So you see now on the MS Learn, the Ask Learn GPT.
Oh, yeah. Under the Microsoft Learn website.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
so the customer was asking, can we integrate that kind of GPT for their own website or reporting? Can you see if you have some options like that? Maybe next couple of sessions, if you can see something.
Yeah.
Also
I
searching.
remember attending this session on Copilot Studio. I think it's able to do that, right? So when you're having a chatbot, you can upload like your information base.
So Grab, right, in Malaysia?
Yeah.
So basically, they have this kind of a fleet solution in India, especially in Bangalore, right? They want to integrate for every user app where a user can able to get the reports of their journey or the travel, all this stuff. It's basically a travel agency, right? So just giving a thought, if you have something, if you go through or across something, just share it. Because I went through and searched in GitHub repository. There is one. but I'm not sure if it is compatible with their existing setup. That's where. So just giving a thought, have a thought and
Are they
find out.
using it for a ride share like sort of solution?
Yeah, so basically what they're trying to develop is they are trying to develop a dashboard for the reports for the transporters. Rather making it in a technical tool, they want to make it through an AI so that they can see a lot of back-end integrations, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
project which they are trying to ask me, I said I'll check and come back. Basically, this was general discussion for Copilot usage of my day-to-day activity. Now that time they requested, do Copilot do or any other GPTs can do this so that we can save a lot of technical integrations. We can able to invest that money for the AI tool.
Yeah, I think Copilot Studio might be able to do this because I know they're able to do chatbots, but I don't know if they're able to do anything much more,
No, I agree. I
in
agree.
that.
But when it comes to Copilot Studio, right? As of now, the channels are very limited. You cannot
Yeah.
publish that AI tool or a GPT tool to end customers' technology. It's
Yeah.
still limits to 20, 25 channels only. And what they recommend, what they have requested me is basically if we have something from ChatGPT or a Copilot or any AI, they wanted to evaluate and test it out.
Okay. Well, I have to take a look at it. This looks like a very technical thing, but
Yeah.
we have to
I
take
mean,
a
if
look.
any tool, if they are supporting, and the other way, what they said is, if this kind of thing happens, because it's at least of minimum 2 million users within Bangalore, right?
Okay.
Think of the scale also, right? That is one thing which they brought up. And the other part in the initial, Ian was sharing about China is trying to impose the regulations and policies for the AI stuff, right? So when it comes to the Copilot, there is already a governance approach from the day one when Microsoft started announcing about the AI. Maybe you can just do right now here itself. Copilot principles, Microsoft Copilot principles. If not, I just pinged you a WhatsApp location as well, right? So, so they call it as different principles. They follow certain things, especially for keeping the data privacy. I'll ping you the links as well here. Maybe
Oh,
we
yeah.
can little more deep dive. So they follow 6 fairness principles to develop any tools, especially from the AI.
Oh, okay. I think I remember. It's the Microsoft responsible AI thing, right?
Right? So now responsible AI is the top layer as an overall ethical approach. But for every tool, for example, now Microsoft is bringing AI for security, AI for specifically for a user interaction, right? Now, these 6 rules are mandatorily supposed to be applied before they create any tool, right? And when it comes to security specifically, they have added on more scenarios. Maybe when once you get through of this, that can be a good go-to for learning specifically on every scenario, right? For example, if you see privacy and security, yeah, that's what I was saying, right? There are multiple approaches. So it is simple that every company may not be that much accurate to consider all this stuff. There are very few responsible companies who try to adopt this kind of a culture, right?
Yeah.
This is something very, very basic. It is called PRD. When they are developing PRD means basically program readable document or something like that. So how the experience should be and all when they create, first they set the rules and regulations for it. That is where this kind of solutions comes in. This is overall for Microsoft AI principles. Yeah.
Yeah. I know they touch on these AI principles on the AI 900 too.
In the initial of our AI stuff, we started guiding. Now, basically, what China is bringing is very good because beyond a Copilot, there are multiple AI tools. How do they govern? That is what they are looking at. I
Yeah.
believe in the recent times, I will try to find out the link with the Copilot Security AI. There is something which they are coming up. You can integrate for any AI tool where you can able to govern the entire possible requirements.
Okay.
You should ask Copilot security. You should ask,
So
yeah,
something like this, right?
yeah.
Microsoft
Okay,
Security Copilot.
correct. Similar.
Okay.
So they are bringing up certain things where any of your AI will be running in the organization, right? There will be a policy or a scenario which will be running, which will be evaluated directly by Copilot for the overall infrastructure by user profile. and it gives a feedback.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to look into this, but it look kind of technical.
Yeah, it is obviously technical, but this kind of governance is already there from only Microsoft as of now. Google also have something, but it is not fully adopted or published because it is a very early standoff model which they have made it, right? It will take
Yeah,
longer time for people to get adopted, right?
right.
Good.
Yeah.
So if you go through a little more detail when you get time, especially the integrations, you can able to understand. You see now here the integrations, what all the scenarios they can able to do.
Yeah, they
Right?
got from
Very
Intune to Defender,
Yep.
and of course Entra. Oh, there's much more down here. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Separately
Thank you,
chat
man.
on that other stuff, GPT ones. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank
I have to look at this even more. But for now, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Ian, for
Yeah.
our last little spurt. Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm
yeah,
gonna stop
yeah.
sharing my screen. Give me a sec.
Right. Now let's share about Copilot, which I'm sure you can do this on ChatGPT as well. But for the sake, let's do Copilot. So how do we make things easier online or make things more specific so that the AI doesn't hallucinate? In this case, we can just give it a structure and tell it like, example, I want to make a self-introduction. So like you put a goal, you give it context, you give it some additional information, tell it why you're making this prompt, give it some instructions, and you can even tell it how to even present it. And
Ian, can you send in a sample of this prompt into the our Teams?
a sample of this prompt
Or
into
at least just that
Teams.
prompt, the one that you're using.
Oh, this is just my prompt. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
just a prompt that I
Yeah,
just
copy
came
that
up
into
with.
the whatchamacallit, into the Teams chat. So we can
Okay.
try to replace this with some of our own.
Sure. Let me find the Teams chat. Where's the Teams chat? So this is my prompt that you can try out. And actually, there are some things that I believe they took from my past history. Because
Yeah.
I remember back then when I tried it, and I also did it on ChatGPT, it mentioned information I never talked about. Like I
Yeah,
wrote here, I don't
that's a
implement.
new function that they came up this month, Ian, where they actually have memory now. It's just like
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
It says that like I'm always up for knowledge sharing, collaboration, and brainstorm. Oh, good chocolate ganache cake. Which when was the last time I talked about this? I don't remember, but
I can
clearly
see like
the
one of the
AI can.
bottom prompts talking about chocolate pricing.
Yeah, I did pricing, but I didn't ask for like a recipe or going through recipes of other cakes like that. But interesting that it
Ian,
came up with that prompt.
Ian,
Yes.
is that a new chat?
Hmm?
Is that a
The,
new chat, or is that a continuation from your existing chat?
it's a new chat regarding about doing a self-introduction, but it remembers the history from what I did from
Wow.
the left side
Okay.
here. So
It's the first time that I'm seeing that, because every time I start a new chat, it's like talking to a stranger again. That's why I was talking about telling or prompting the ChatGPT to say that this is start a new conversation or new thread, and then it will sort of like clear off its cache and let you start everything from scratch. But yeah, but it will do a summary of your what has what has I would say the persona that was created if you click, if you type the word start a new thread. But if you do a new chat, first time I'm seeing this. It's interesting to know. I will
Yeah,
try it
Ian,
out with my friends as
if
well.
you type it into a new chat, try opening a new conversation and ask it
Yeah.
what have we been talking about this past month. It should tell you like a summary.
how
Yeah,
do
yeah.
I
You try that and see. Because if you're
let's
doing a new
see.
chat, technically it should not be It should be a new guy already.
Because I remember trying to do this, and then it just lists me a lot of stuff that we did talk about, which is wow.
Okay, but there's also another thing. Also, you can check.
Oh.
Also, if you go
Oh
to
yeah,
settings, right?
Yeah.
It does remember.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Check on your settings. Settings. I think there's some.
Yeah.
Can't remember. There's a thing. There's a place where you can actually put in things about yourself. You check and see if it's on the settings.
Privacy.
Go to settings. I think there's some. I can't remember what's the.
Voice.
It could be privacy.
Is it privacy? Model training on text, model training on voice, export or
Maybe I think.
You can
Yeah, I think
delete
that
the
one
history.
personalization. Yeah.
Export it, right? Yeah.
Because you see, it's
Personalization.
able to use your chats for a
Model
personalized
training.
experience.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. So it
It
reads your
allows
chat
to use your
history.
chats, Bing and MSN. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
makes sense now. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting, that Copilot.
Yeah,
So you
it's,
can even ask it to search and read your files. Interesting.
Local files.
Yeah, your local files. I presume that in the future it'll be your files on the cloud.
Yeah. Huh. I didn't know it's able to like look through your PC files, like even currently.
Quite
So it's like
dangerous, actually.
Yeah, it's like without having you to, upload it. Yeah. Huh. Maybe that's new.
If a hacker gains access to this can be very
Yeah, it would be dangerous.
It can be very, very dangerous. It's interesting that Copilot has evolved quite a lot since, I'd say, is it a year ago? Or like, did it come out this year?
This memory thing?
Like Copilot in general.
No, I'm pretty sure it's been past few years. 2023 maybe?
Let me check.
Ask Copilot.
When was it released? It was released in 2023.
Yeah,
so after
yeah,
2 years, it has evolved quite significantly.
Yeah, yeah. Though this memory thing, I think ChatGPT has been having it for like a couple of months already. Yeah.
Well, Copilot was Microsoft people working with OpenAI, right? So
They
it
got
makes
the
sense
short-
OpenAI did it for their own software
Yeah,
first.
they got the short end of the stick.
Well, you could argue that they wanted it to be more secure on Copilot.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Is that it for your sharing, Ian?
Yeah, I think that's it for my sharing.
I guess we can call it a day. It's 1
Seems
p.m.
like it. Yeah, seems like we
Right.
can call it a day. Hal's
Okay.
not here, then
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's all good. Thanks everyone for coming.
can do it next time.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Greg,
Thanks.
can you
Yeah.
please share the links, because I didn't get a time to capture all those so-called links that you shared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you share on the chat, because I'm not able to get history of the chat after the chat has ended. I mean, after the call has
Yeah.
ended.
Let me do that real quick before I end it.
Maybe if you can just send it to my WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'll send it to a group so everybody can, use it.
Yeah.
I'll put this one at this Microsoft certification on. Yeah.
Yeah, those things like Microsoft certification and what code thing and a few others, right?
Oh yeah, no worries. I'll send it over. But for
Alright.
now, thanks everyone. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.